Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining the DrTess90210 show. This is our second live broadcast, and I'm super excited. Let me check and make sure. Yep, the mic is on. So, yesterday was our first live broadcast, and the reason why I'm finally using this StreamYard software that I've had for, I don't know, over a year is because a friend of mine was patient enough to teach me how to use it, and we're still working out some of the details. So yesterday, if you joined us, you would know that my face was all up on the camera, and I was just a big blur. And we left that video up. And the main reason why I'm leaving up my progressions of growth and learning is because, yes, do it. Just go do it. Just go on Amazon, buy you a bunch of stuff, get in front of a camera, and start sharing your valuable information. I promise you, that's the only way that you are gonna learn. Stop watching YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video. All right? Watch and do. Watch and do. And that's the only way you learn. So I'm very comfortable with sharing the things that I learned along the way. Now, we had the camera. Hey, Edwin, thanks for joining. There's Edwin, guys. Hey, Edwin, am I more clear today? We had the camera on right now I'm using my laptop. We had the camera on the laptop. So it was like this, okay? And then the person who was helping me out was like, the camera was trying to autofocus because we noticed that everything behind us was focused, but I was a blur. So now the camera is a distance. Hey, Edwin, what do you think? I'm not as blurry. Huh? All right. I'm telling you. Let me see. Mess around and yeah, more clear, right? I'm going to tell you guys, by the end of the week, I'll be Steven Spielberg. Take it out my waist trainer. Got hot. That's another thing. Like, you're nervous. You get nervous. And you don't know you're going to get nervous. So have some water. Now, it's like all the things that we see that YouTubers and live streamers do. When you get in a chair, you understand why they do it. The water is there because you get hot. Even though the temperature has not changed, your body temperature has gone up because you're nervous. And I've talked to some people who've been doing this for years, and they say they're always nervous, even later on as time goes on. So, hey, what's going on? Hey, Jonathan. Hey, guys, let's give a big up to Jonathan, our medical student in Trinidad. So Jonathan is the winner of our first giveaway. Let's go ahead and, we kind of like don't have an agenda. Well, we do, because I want to tell you guys what the CDC said. But back to Jonathan. I don't know, it just was, Jonathan sent me a DM on Instagram, and he was like, hey, Doc, I don't want to bother you. I may have a stupid question, but I was just wondering, I just got accepted to medical school, and what kind of stethoscope should I buy? And I was like, oh, I don't know, it just was like so cute. And I said, don't worry about it, kid. I'll buy you a stethoscope. And that felt so rewarding. So we ordered a stethoscope, and I ordered him the same one I have. Yeah, narcissism, call it whatever you want. I ordered him the same stethoscope that I have, and it was delivered to me. And so then I had to mail it to him. And Jonathan has never received a package before. We were going back and forth. I was like, that doesn't look like a right address. Go check again. So we were going back and forth about his address. So I was finally successful in mailing the package today at Kinko. So Jonathan will have it on Tuesday. And it's kind of pricey to mail a package to Trinidad. I didn't know that, but I'm okay with it. Because it just really makes me feel good. I don't know, I just really feel like I helped someone out, and hopefully he'll be able to hear very good heart sounds and perform awesome auscultation, and he'll save a lot of lives in Trinidad. So God bless you, Jonathan. Let us know when it arrives. What did the CDC recommend regarding Johnson & Johnson? Let me see. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited to start my journey. I'm going to use it to motivate me for the rest of my career. Thank you so much. That's a beautiful statement. And make sure you get your little initials put on it, because let me see. I think I had a stethoscope from residency, and do you know I finally lost it during the pandemic? But I had that stuff, and I was so upset. I kept like going and looking in the same place twice, even though it wasn't there the first time I looked. But I finally lost it, and but yes, you very easily can have a stethoscope, and there's a little case for it. You get your little stethoscope case, and then you could hang it, but I probably would lose that. So anyhow, but I got the case after I lost my stethoscope the first time, and you see where the case is. All right, so anywho, I've learned some more things with my software, and one of the things I learned how to do was, check this out, to show you is to tell you. All right, I hope I don't mess this up. I'm not going to mess up. I'm not worried about that. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Wait. No, honestly, you know what? I did mess it up because I shouldn't have had to have done that step that I just did, because I had it set up where I wouldn't have to do that step. But moving on with the show. This is the article that was received in the inbox of every board certified physician in the United States, I would like to think, because I actually received this email from my New York license. It was a newsroom letter that was sent out by the CDC. And as you see, I hope that you guys can see it in a clear picture. I could get me out. I don't need to be in the picture. So basically, no, I want to come back. Okay, here, I'm there, because it didn't make it any bigger. But basically, the article simply mentions that as of April 12th, there were 6.8 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine administered. And out of the 6.8 million that were administered, there were 6 women who had serious adverse effects. From outside readings, because I've read a lot on this topic ever since this information fell in my inbox, at about day 6 to 13 after receiving the vaccine, 6 women had adverse effects of concern. One of them ended up in a death, and a few others ended up in intensive care. And basically, they went through a clotting incident with the platelets, and eventually lack of platelets. So a thrombosis to a thrombocytopenia. And that's just, getting very jargonish about it. And you guys are free. Just Google and you go in, and this article is right there. This is not information which is hidden from the public. And there's a lot more that you can obtain on the CDC website. So just use that as your guide. Now, what did I get from this article? It simply stated that there is a pause on the vaccination, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And when we are researching anything, we pause because we want to make sure, hold on. Let's make sure everything is safe, or either way. Now, let me make it absolutely transparently clear. I am not a anti-vaxxer. I'm not. I am a board certified physician, and the responsibility of the doctor is to put the information in front of the patient. I am an advocate on establishing a primary care relationship so that if anything concerns you, you have one source to go to who knows your entire medical background, your past medical history, your social history, your allergies, your any surgeries you've had, any illnesses you've had, any medications you're currently on. That is the person who can guide you and help you make the correct decision. If you go into one of these quickie pop-up type situations, they have a questionnaire, but the questionnaire is mainly fulfilling just the minimal of the criteria for that particular location to state, okay, you're a good candidate or you're not a good candidate for receiving the vaccination. But if you ever have past history of lupus, or if there's a hypercoagulable family history, or if there's anything that has gone on in your life, let's say you're a woman and you've had multiple miscarriages, or you have heavy periods, or whatever, or you're a cancer survivor, whatever, your primary care doctor knows all of these things. So if a person was to have certain symptoms, the purpose of this letter from the CDC is pause. They designated specific symptoms: severe headache, abdominal pain, leg pain, shortness of breath. Not just like, hey, my leg, ever since I ran that 500, not like that. Like all of a sudden, between 6 to 13 days after receiving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, you got leg pain. They're checking for a clot, DVT, deep venous thrombosis, pulmonary embolism. It may feel like there's like a pressure whenever you're taking a deep breath, a clot into your brain, which could cause a stroke or an aneurysm, a clot which could go to your heart, which could cause a heart attack. They want to know. And if you are having those symptoms, immediately call your primary care provider or seek medical attention. The reason why is because if those people do come in to the healthcare facility, they will test you to see if you do have an increase of activation of your platelet factor 4, which is basically the antibody which is causing the platelets to clot so much to the point that you kind of run out, and I'm being very general with the terms, thrombocytosis, thrombocytopenia. They will treat it in a certain way if they determine you to be positive. They don't want you to receive heparin because heparin could basically hasten or exponentially cause what is happening that they don't want to happen, because there's an adverse effect that can occur with heparin called heparin-induced thrombocytopenia. Now, the outlying factor that we have to keep in mind is COVID-19 has been known to increase clotting. So there are variables on top of variables on top of variables. My thought, as far as sitting here being an advocate for anyone who's listening, I'm not fear-mongering, I'm not anti-vaxxing, I'm saying have a primary care doctor. That's my end message. Somebody who, when you see news alerts like this, you can pick up the phone and be like, hey, and your doctor, and so if you have a primary care doctor, some of your primary care doctors may be calling you who've already received a Johnson & Johnson saying, look, I know you heard that news flash from CDC, but based on your past medical history, you should be fine. Okay, all we want to do is just provide reassurance. We don't want people to stop getting vaccinated. We don't want people to run into a frenzy. And respectfully speaking, there are about, I think, a total of 150 vaccinations being made. So if you notice, everyone that comes out, there's a little bit concerned, and then we keep it moving. It comes out, there's a little bit concerned, and then we keep it moving. So establish a relationship with someone who you could talk to and someone who you could trust, and a primary care doctor who's okay with you being like, hey doc, this paper came out. What you got to say about that? You should be able to talk to your doctor and have a relationship with your doctor. And your doctor respects you, but don't go in there arguing with the guy, okay? Or the girl, okay? But be an advocate for yourself. So that's basically my position on this. Whenever any form of death or adverse effect is reported to the CDC, they have to investigate it. It doesn't necessarily mean it has been verified. But if you call, they can't say, that doesn't sound like that makes sense. Well, did you hear what that guy said? They can't do that. They got to take it as a legitimate concern. So they are still working through. There are some unverified adverse effects that they're still working through. And if they determine those adverse effects to be genuine, then they'll add them to the side effects. That's how the list grows on the side of any medication. From what I understand, there are concerns. There's a possible thought that if this is confirmed to be a risk with the Johnson & Johnson, they will add vaccine-induced thrombocytosis. And that will be added as an adverse effect. And you and your primary care doctor will discuss this. What is a primary care provider? Let me use the word provider. If you have a nurse practitioner that you're going to that has been vetted by the facility that they work, that's your primary care individual. If you have a MD, such as myself, I'm your primary care. There are some telehealth programs that do offer primary care. Now, there's some that are like, look, give us one problem and we're here for that one problem. If they are not presenting themselves as your primary care doctor, don't make them something that they are not. If they do not say, we offer primary care services, and if you did not establish that in an agreement, don't be like, well, I called Doc on Demand, so that's my primary. If they didn't tell you that, you're making a false assumption. My telehealth platform, I do offer primary care services, but you have to verify and make sure that that's the relationship that you have. So that was basically the beginning and the end that I wanted to discuss with regards to CDC's recommendation on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Do you guys have any questions? Edwin, let me see what you said. Have you seen the 2 papers? I saw that you did email me 2 papers today. I haven't completed reading them. Actually, from the paper that you emailed me yesterday, there were a few papers in the reference. And I've been clicking and, what's this? And honestly, to tell you the truth, I have some things that I could provide you, offline, because, Edwin and I, we have like a little, Edwin is a scientist, so we have our little scientific conversations. But I think I have some things I can share with you, Edwin, that will give you a lot of reassurance. And also, guys, keep in mind, how do I feel comfortable discussing these matters? Well, not only am I a board-certified physician and surgeon with primary care base, but I also have a master's in physiology and biophysics. So I look at the science from a scientist's point of view and also from a physician's point of view. So I do feel comfortable, but I'm not going to discuss anything that I don't feel comfortable discussing. My personality is neutral and benign. If it was up to me, everyone would get along. There'd be world peace. There'd be no hunger. We would all hold hands all the way across the planet Earth and sing Kumbaya. But I already know that's not a reality. So I don't go into a situation with a large amount of scrutiny. This doesn't. And I never will state regarding any of my colleagues that person was right or that person was wrong. I think that's disrespectful. We have a difference of opinion, and sometimes our opinion may be based on where we're from, our cultural beliefs, our gender, our background. I respect everyone and everyone's opinion. And I would never tell a patient, your doctor is wrong. That is not okay, because that patient has to trust their provider. And that's my position on that. So, yeah, that's about that. Well, we're just jumping on here on a daily basis because I want to get used to coming on. Hey, tomorrow, because I really want to get used to being comfortable on StreamYard in all of its multiple capacities. So every day I get on, I'm going to try something new. So today I did a shared screen with a document. I'm pretty excited about that. I think that went well. And I'm not as blurry. Tomorrow, we're going to go outside. Okay, because I know that you can use StreamYard on your cell phone. And the reason why I want to go outside is because at 3 p.m., Pacific time, no matter where I am, even if it's for 15 minutes. I want to give you guys consistency, and I want to always jump on just so we can share time together. So that's tomorrow. Let's be by the pool. You guys want to be by the pool tomorrow? Tomorrow we'll shoot from by the pool. Is that a good idea? Okay. What time will I be going live tomorrow? 3 p.m. Pacific time. Every day. Every single day. We are going live 3 p.m. Pacific. That's why I want to learn how to do it on my phone. So that, like, even if I'm standing in line at, like, Rite Aid or Ralph's or something, like, it's 3 o'clock. Hey, guys, it's me. I really want to give you guys consistency on a daily basis. It's always something that we could talk about, right? Not you, Siri. So that's that. Yeah, we're going to be going live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So that about wraps it up for today. What did the CDC recommend about Johnson & Johnson vaccine? You heard me. And if you didn't, listen to the retake. I'm Dr. Tess. Thank you so much for joining the Dr. Tess 90210 show. Feel free to subscribe, click the like button, share, tell your friends, and come on by every day at 3 o'clock. Let's chat. And I would love to hear what's on your mind. Dr. Tess 90210. Have an amazing rest of your day. Talk to you later.